first degree black belt decided. For those of you who don't know what this rank is, this is the most coveted rank in Taekwondo, and the reason is because, well, it's very, very hard to obtain. This particular belt, for every 100 white belts that we tie on to new students, only one of those students will follow through all the way to receive this belt that we're giving out today. 1 in 100 makes it to black belt. Those are amazing statistics considering how many children are in this room right now. And when you look around at your kid, all the kids next to them realize that your kid is a member of those statistics. Yes, 99 students surrounding your kids that quit, and easy enough, if you look around at the kids wearing the same belt as your kid, that group is probably a lot bigger back when they were white belts. And that's the point. Getting your black belt, we always talk about what it means, we always talk about those things, but the number one thing is, if it was easy, everybody would get it. If being a black belt meant that you could just simply not try and be handed something, it wouldn't mean anything. When we talk about black belt, it's impossible with this student who's receiving it tonight to not mention age, because age becomes such a gigantic factor when you consider how much longer it takes to receive this belt, this honor, as a younger child. The reality is, and I'm sure that you can all understand, adults sometimes are more coordinated, but generally, not only are more coordinated, but they also, are able to memorize things easier and stuff like that. It takes a shorter time for an adult to get a black belt than it does for a junior. It takes an even longer time if you're a tiger. And this particular student began with us as a tiger, moved through the tiger system. In fact, we had to kind of edit the tiger system around his group because he was part of a group of really tremendous active tigers. And then he was one of the first we had in years be able to transition from tiger over to junior. Age wasn't even really a factor, it was how much the kid practiced. He was constantly training, he was out memorizing what was required in the tiger program, so if we wanted to keep him challenged, we had to move him to the junior program, which wasn't enough, so we had to do leadership, which wasn't enough, so we had to get him on the demo team. This kid's done every single program that we have to offer in this school. And that's an interesting statement to make because there's just very few people who experiment or dabble in everything that we have to offer at this school, and this kid has done it all. There's one piece left that he hasn't experimented in, and that's what the honor today is all about. From this day forward, he's going to get to reunite with a lot of his old tiger buddies. He's going to get to start training as a black belt, breaking real wood, doing real street defense, being able to do submissions and knockouts, and then of course his weapons gets to go to forms instead of combinations. But ultimately, the biggest thing to remember when it comes to seeing someone earn the honor of black belt is not how many people next to him had to quit for him to be the 1 in 100, but how hard this journey has to be for each individual kid who makes it. And most importantly with this unique individual, to be able to transition from tigers to juniors because he was too good at the curriculum, that's just not a statement that I get to say very often when I get to give this black belt speech. I could not be more proud of his gains in flexibility, his gains in weaponry, and most importantly, his perseverance. At this age, it is almost impossible to watch kids continue to push themselves at, let's be honest, how many things have you committed to for 3 or 4 years? Most of these kids don't brush their teeth every day. When Mr. Rupert's been part of classes that he's been having to train at some points up to 4 and 5 days a week.
6.
6 days a week. Not to mention if there's a tournament on Saturday, we own him. But the most important thing with all of this is the level of perseverance that it took for him to get here. And I really want to impress on everybody who's watching that fact. This kid has done every program that I offer at this school for a youth degree. And he's excelled at everything that you guys all got to be witness to what is, in my opinion, one of the best transitions possible. If you watch his form, there's not an element of it that you go, oh, that kid was once a tiger. No, he looks just as good, if not better, than most of the juniors. And that is the type of dedication that is earned in the rank today. Congratulations, first degree black belt decided. Mr. Caleb Rupert, come on up. Lieutenant Black Belt, Mr. Caleb Rupert. So awesome. We've got to come up with a better way for me to do announcements. I hate following those intimate moments with like the cheesy, so here's what's going on in the school. But, you know, it's the only way. It's the only time I've got you guys all together. We do have a couple of upcoming